Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato, and here we check out the latest and the greatest strategy games each and every day of the week. Here, today, we're checking out The Ancients, which is, I guess the best way of putting it is that it is a strategic, sort of clan-based management-style game. This is a game that is set in this sort of prehistoric era filled with a whole bunch of weird and wacky animals from long ago. Anyway, let's jump into things and see what we have got in store for us today. Whilst I do that, I will point out that this video has been sponsored by Camlan Games. Thank you very much for that. You can check out the link to the game down in the description below. Right, let's get cracking. The tribe has survived the winter. Finally. Beautiful. Okay, so this is our tribe at the moment, and it may not look very impressive, but it's gonna grow, hopefully, into at least somewhat more of an expansive and indeed a capable fighting force. Right. Let's get rid of this because we don't really need it. So, what have we got going on? Well, we've got some little stats up in the top left-hand corner. We'll talk more about this in a little bit. We've got a little calendar in the center of the screen. We've got 5 people in our tribe. We've got 20 wood, 0 flint, 0 hide, 0 bones, and 35 food. Over here, this is how many turns we can survive with our current amount of food, and this is how many turns your clans can maintain a camp. Now, maintaining a camp is very, very interesting. We're not going to do that quite yet, but we are going to do that in due course. Now, our clan can move. We have 2 action points on any given turn. We're hungry. We'll eat. Gather 25 vegetables. I will indeed try and do that. Our clan can undertake 2 actions on any given cycle of the game before we have to move forward. That's my 2. My 2 have been spent on movement. However, we can also harvest resources or indeed fight any of the enemies that we can sort of see around here. And there's apparently 60 plus historically accurate resources and animals to discover. I gotta be honest, I have never heard of any of these animals. An elephant bird. That's an elephant bird over there. This is a dinotherium. Which looks kind of like an elephant, to be honest, but apparently went extinct. So there you go. And then there's also another individual animal that looks sort of like a wild boar down over there. That's pretty chill. Anyway, yes, let's move forward. We're still looking for food. I think we'll maybe head down this way. Okay, that's some wood. Wood is pretty darn useful. We'll continue to move across here. So far, on the wood front, very, very successful, but nothing on the food front. I do like these sort of like, these drawings, you know, these like cave painting drawings of the animals that we've discovered, or at least the last known locations. That is pretty darn cool. Right, what else have we got going on the screen? Well, we've got a little sort of like clan overview here, which is really, really handy. This shows our thirst levels, this shows our hunger levels, our heat levels, our sociality level, and our security level. Now, this all feeds into how successful our clan is. The weakest tribesman's health is 100, which is grand, and we've got low gathering efficiency, average hunting efficiency, average defense, and we've got average attack damage as well. We've got 5 people, and we've got 0 action points at the present moment. So this is sort of just like a little overview of exactly what is going on. Let's keep on exploring. Let's keep moving. Lots and lots of animals. Okay, that's fine. That's a dodo over there. That's an ostrich. A giant warthog. Okay, that is what we've discovered earlier. I think what we're going to do is we're going to move into the ostrich land. Ooh. Okay, I was waiting to say, we'll probably just kill this this ostrich, because that's what we can actually do in order to get ourselves some food. However, I'm thinking that I might just instead go and see if I can try and just scrape the carcass of what looks to be a giant warthog that's already died here. And in fact, over on the left-hand side, we can see the individual stats for any resource on a given tile. And in fact, it looks like on this tile right here, there's 122 meat, which is a quite substantial amount of meat to be looking at. So I'm going to see if I can try and yoink that. But before I do, I'd like to explore the research window. So the way that research points work is that we get research points just every turn, or, you know, every couple of turns. We accumulate them over time. We have 6 research points at the moment. The research tech tree is pretty flippin' cool. It's quite large, so we've got different sort of phases. We've got Masters of Fire, Master Materialists, Creators of Gods, Masters of Nature, Apostles of the Exodus, Ultimate Survivors. Of course, who doesn't want to be an ultimate survivor? Truly, I do. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of different sort of research techs here, and we can explore them all. They're all, at least up here anyway, this end of the tree, pretty darn cheap, and they changed the game in pretty disproportionate ways. For example, we can increase our gathering efficiency. That's going to be really, really handy. We haven't actually done any gathering yet, but we will. We can research new cooking methods. We can decrease our camping costs. That doesn't particularly matter. We can increase the maximum number of clans that we can manage at a time, which is quite cool and something that I want to get to work with. But for now, what I want to do is I want to take this, increases gathering efficiency. I'd like to take woodworking efficiency as well, increases the amount of wood that tribes can gather by 20%. I also want to pick up cooking, unlocks plant-based cooked meals as researchable for more nutritious and long-lasting diets. Very cool. But most importantly, I want to take the carrying pole, which is going to increase my meat gathering capabilities by double. So we're going to take that, and pretty much immediately, we're going to jump into our first action, which is going to be gathering raw meats. Pretty much every action in the game, with the exception of a few, which I will point out to you, cost a single action point. Gathering raw meat is no different. Now, we're going to be able to click that button once, and we're immediately going to pick up 19 food. That is pretty darn fantastic. We've effectively doubled our food with one single action. That is the power of making sure that your research tech tree is up to date and is all sort of ready to rock and roll and is good. Now, I'm not actually going to do any more sort of manual harvesting, because I want to talk about some of... Oh, this is so perfect. I want to talk about some of the automation in this game that you can set up by utilizing the campfire mechanic. This little icon up here, how many turns can your clan maintain a campfire? What we are going to do, we're going to have to do it on the next turn, which is not necessarily the end of the world, because that's going to give us an additional research point, and that might actually be quite handy. Natural wood use, decrease in camping cost by 10%. I'll take that. That is great timing for that to pop up. The point is, though, what we can do is we can click on this specific tile, and this is going to allow us to make a camp. The cost is going to be 4.32 wood. We've got 20 wood at the moment. That's fine. Let's pay the price, and let's set up a campfire. Now, this is where things start to get very, very interesting indeed. We can actually go into the inventory interface here. And there's a couple of different tabs across the top. Inventory shows us, sort of at a glance what we have in our inventory. And in fact, we're going to get sort of like consumables and different things that we can build and craft. At the moment, we can't build any structures, but as our society sort of develops a little bit, we can actually build some stuff. Same with crafting, unlocking recipes. We can unlock recipes, but none of these things, I think, go together in any sort of meaningful way at the moment. Yeah, but we'll be able to. I believe unlock some new recipes as we go. But for now, we're not going to worry about that too much. The interface that I'm really interested in checking out is the gathering interface. So we have down the left-hand side here a bunch of resources that we can gather. Are these resources random? No, they're not random. They are the resources that are within this red line around the campfire. And what we can effectively do is we can click on the resource that we want to harvest. Let's say we want to harvest the vegetables. Now, bear in mind, there's only 20 collectible vegetables, and we can assign you to collect the vegetables. You're just going to literally go out and you're going to collect the vegetables at the end of the cycle, or at the start of the new one. It's between the cycles. I know that much. Raw meat as well, similar. However, I think you're going to be harvesting a little bit more than the vegetables, so that's good. We can assign multiple people to this. I'm going to get some leather too. Leather, and let's also get wood, because we're going to need to replenish our wood levels as we go. So that is everyone that is assigned, and I think that's pretty decent. So let us end the cycle and see what happens. Boom, a whole bunch of stuff happens. In fact, we were able to do all of that, and we were able to do it at a heck of a cheaper rate than what we would usually have been expected to deal with. So that was really nice. Okay, tribesmen may die of thirst. They're far away from water sources. Yeah, have we actually discovered any water sources? I don't know if we have yet. I think we may need to leave the campsite. Let's move forward and see if... Ooh, there's a water source over here. That's a water source. Fantastic. We're going to replenish our thirst. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, I would maybe have liked a little bit longer to chill at that campsite. But frankly, it's not necessarily the end of the world, because we do need to maintain a pretty significant income of wood in order to break even, and there's not a huge amount of resources sort of on any given tile. So we do need to be super careful about that. And for example, there's only 16 logs. And we can only gather between 6 and 7 logs on any one action. So we really do need to be very, very careful about what we're doing, where we're going, and how long we're spending in any one place. And we shouldn't necessarily feel wedded to the idea of making a campfire. We can always just come out and gather the wood ourselves, which is indeed what I am going to do on this occasion. A different folk. We've seen a group of people which were collecting some meat and hide from a leftover animal carcass. They were looking very similar, yet a little different compared to us. We'll keep an eye on them. Oh my goodness. They brought down the pretend elephant? That's pretty wild. I still have this objective to gather a whole bunch of wood, so let's actually get that done. Let's actually get that done. My thirst is okay. We know where the water source is now. Okay, goods and goods. Fantastic. Okay, we've got our resources. Scout the perimeter. Since we have enough to sustain our needs for some time, we can explore the perimeter to find out what we have around us. Time to wander around. Indeed. This is a Homo naledi, which is a different sort of Homo sapien adjacent sort of creature to us. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that indeed. Okay, so we need to head up to this sort of point. That is the objective. That is not too challenging to achieve. However, it's going to take us a little bit of time to get there. We're also in the middle of summer. Heat, we are okay for. Water, we are losing a little bit of water, but we only need to be in proximity to a water source in order to replenish our water, so that is good. We have 4 turns left of food. Is that enough food? Probably. There are mushrooms over there. Mushrooms bring with them a little bit of a risk of poison. I should also check out the tech tree and see what we can get. Primitive wooden shelter. I would quite like to get that. Primitive clothes. That would be pretty useful. I'd also like to progress down this society chain. Increases the maximum clan count by 1. I'm not going to get that quite yet, but I will get that soon. Let's see if we can try and go nab, first of all, some extra water, and then also some extra vegetables. There we go. It would be really, really handy maybe just to collect the vegetables as much as we possibly can before setting off on our journey up north. And also our thirst is now fully satiated, which is quite nice. Okay, that is really quite handy because we've come across another carcass that is just begging to be harvested as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, do we want to maybe settle for camp? You know what? This seems like a perfect place to settle down for camp. I'm going to have to do that at the start of the next turn. But yeah, let's settle for camp. Let's gather raw meats. We're going to gather a pretty decent amount of raw meat. And let's also gather wood with 2 people. And we'll gather a vegetable with a 3rd. That seems pretty fine. That seems pretty fine to me. Brilliant. Okay. I think we're okay with this. We're not too far away from the mountain. We can hopefully increase the number of turns that we can stay alive as long as I stay on top of things here. That's good. Again, we don't need to feel too compelled to move on. We're kind of breaking even for everything. I think it is time to move on, though. Wood is depreciating. We have extracted all of the meat. We've actually managed to get a pretty decent number of resources out in quite a small time. So let us move forward. Okay, what the heck is this? Ethiopian wolf. I'm going to try and move through the middle here and just try and escape the nasty-looking dogs. There are differences in animals, right? There's a whole bunch of animals. I think I said earlier, 60 animals, resources, etc. You can hear the wolves flipping heck. Yeah, there are a whole bunch of animals. There are prey animals, and there are also sort of predator animals. Fall has arrived, rain is high, temperature drops a little. That's fine. We're still doing good, though. We're still doing good. Okay. Fantastic. Right. So, first of all, we're getting to the mountain. Kondoa is a group of cave sites situated near the upper center of Tanzania. The significance of this rock cave is that it stores many paintings and shelters. Cool. Indicates that many ancient hunter-gatherer tribes and more recent tribes continue to live around the area. Let a new tribesman join us. Yes, please. Let's gather meat, what we can. Increases meat by 50, or take the spears left behind. Increases spears by 1. I'll take an extra tribesman. Thank you very much. That seems pretty decent. And then we'll move forward into this square on the next cycle. Fantastic. Okay. There's new production ideas for survivability and comfort, since we have much more understanding of what we need in the wild and what can be made with the materials that we have gathered. Eureka! Kind of. Research primitive wooden shelter. Very, very easy for me to do because I've actually got the points to do it. So we'll do that. And now we need to research primitive wooden clothes. Primitive clothes, I am also going to research that too. Right. Trail of a fight. We found some kind of a trail that resembles fighting. There's blood, which we are going to follow. Let's see what's going on. Cool. Yeah, there's flint. We haven't really had any need for flint yet. Do I need anything at the moment? I mean, I need a little bit of food, but to be fair, I always kind of need food. You look nasty. You look very nasty. This elephant seems kind of friendly-ish, but it could get nasty. Right, so this is what is going to happen. This is what is going to happen if we get near predators. We are going to start losing. We're going to start losing clansmen. I think we actually lost. I think we lost the tribesmen. We'll stand together and kill the beast if it dares. For 1 turn, hunting efficiency of selected clan increases by 10%. Or we can make a counterattack, which does a whole bunch of stuff. But I actually don't think that it's going to make a material difference. I think we need to just. I think we need to get the heck out of Dodge, and I think I'm going to go this way, try and escape that nasty, nasty creature. We have a little bit more food to sustain us, so, you know, we can kind of take it easy. And that's fine for now, but we're not going to have that luxury forever. I am going to see if I can try and extract a little bit of value from the vegetable patch here that is just chilling, and hopefully we'll be able to get a decent amount out of the grounds before we move on. Yeah, we're fine for wood. I'm not super worried about that. Ancient hunting tools unlocks basic hunting tools as a researchable for more efficient hunting. Yeah, I would really like that, in fact. A dryer reduces food decay rate by 20%. I'll take that too. I'll take that too. Okay, let's have a little look at inventory here. So I think this is going to unlock... Yeah, we're going to unlock a couple of different things. I'm not actually in a position where I can settle down and camp yet, but I can build a wooden tent. That gives me +5 cold resistance, which is kind of cool. I think there's also going to be... I don't know if it's quite yet that we've unlocked it, but I have the ability to get myself a... I will have the ability to get myself a recipe for a spear, I hope, quite soon. Let's move forward. In fact, I think I need to be at a campsite to be able to unlock this. Yeah. You need to make a camp to craft items. Do I want to settle down here for a little bit, or do I want to keep moving? We're tracking something. I have 21 food. That's 6 turns. It's not much. Yeah. You know, let's settle a camp. Let's settle a camp here. Okay, let's do it. It's going to consume a little bit of wood. That's fine. We're going to gather vegetables. Let's go into the gathering interface. We'll set up the gather vegetables. 1, 2. Ooh, yeah. You're lightly wounded, not sick. Yeah, that's kind of a problem, but hey-ho. And we may collect wood. Right. Crafting. What do I want to do? I would like to see... Do I have the ability to unlock a recipe yet? No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I don't think I do at all. That's a bit of a shame. I thought I had something. Because we can basically combine a whole bunch of different things if we have the unlocks, but apparently we do not yet. That's a shame. No matter. Right. Let's see. Got a little bit of food there. That's quite nice. Research-wise, we've got 1 research point. Increase the maximum clan amount. Let's increase the maximum clan amount. Sure. And look at that. What do you know? We've already been approached by an unknown clan. Now, this is where things start to get funky, interesting, all of the above. We like the idea of another clan near ours. Positive approach event will be fired. Tribesman sociality bonus, or sociality value, will increase by 10. Let's do that. And then, effectively, we can accept or deny them into our tribe, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. This gives us access to collect and deal with a whole bunch of other members of a tribe, which is really, really nice. They have no sociality, and they have no security. That is quite problematic. It's not problematic. It just means that it's likely to collapse a little bit quicker than I would perhaps think. Ethiopian wolf. Yikes. We're going to take some damage. I think we're going to get you to strike camp. Leave the campsite. Move over here. Gather woods. Brilliant. And we're going to move on. I think, yeah, we're probably going to get attacked because we're in proximity to something dangerous. But we're going to move up here anyway. Toggle between here. Brilliant. And move up. Okay, we're safe again. We're safe. That's good. Let's see if we can try and gather some more woods. Even if it's not much, it's at least something. Okay, how many turns are we left until winter? 1 turn left until winter. So, if it's winter time, we should probably be looking for something like a cave to shelter in. It's really not a bad idea at all. I'm gonna move right into here. After a long tracking, we found the prey and the hunter. Before gathering anything, we need to kill the hunter for the tribe. What is that? That's what the heck is that? A Megantarion. I'm really not vibing with that. I really do not want to tackle you, to be honest. Instead, why don't I just go in here and just think about building myself a wooden tent? Yeah, that seems like a much safer bet. I think we're gonna get attacked here. In fact, I would wager a very, very strong amount that we're gonna get attacked here. Yeah, we lost an individual there. That's a bad vibe. I really don't want to attack you. I really don't want to attack you. Let's settle down. Let's settle down here. We're gonna make a camp. It's wintertime. It's wintertime. It's time to be chill. It's time to be chill. What we can do is we can join our brethren at the camp. Beautiful. Everybody is going to sit down round the fire, which is great. Now, we do have quite a lot of food here, and we've got a decent amount of wood over here too, so we might as well look to get it all gathered appropriately. 1, 2, 3, 4? It's going to gather between 64 and 71 of the 140 raw meat there. That's not bad at all. And that's a pretty decent amount of wood to gather too. That's going to keep us going for a little while for sure. So that's everyone assigned. Everything is looking pretty darn good. I really do not want to attack. I don't want to attack you. I really don't. quite like to just chill out over the course of winter and maybe let the Dinotherium take out the bad guy over there. Either way, though, this is a pretty nice place to chill out. I can also check out the building mechanics. Building something is pretty simple. We just need to make sure that we assign a certain... It's going to take me 7 turns. Sure, I'm going to assign more people. It's going to take me more turns, but it does mean, of course, that we have more people sort of tied up in the construction of it. I don't really think that it's going to make a huge difference building this shelter, but I think it'll be at least a sort of cool demonstration of what you can do. Somebody has gotten sick. I'm honestly not surprised. I will say, though, my clan is looking pretty darn good. There are, of course, differences between the clans. There's different sort of stats, but I think on the whole, everybody is fairly happy. We've got loads and loads of food. We've got loads and loads of wood. We are 100% out of food, though, so... our food collection stuff. So I should maybe see if we can try and get the leather collected. There we go. And that's a couple of people building the tents. It's going to take me 2 turns. That's fine. 1 and 2. Marvelous. Look at that. We've got even more cold resist now, which is kind of fantastic. Yeah, the only other thing that I haven't really explored yet is the culture window. Again, kind of interesting. There's 4 really, really interesting sort of diverse culture trees. This is leadership. We've got religion. We've got tribal. We've got mortality. Or morality even, not mortality. This is, again, another way that you can really sort of change the way that all of the sort of tribes interact with each other. The tribe needs to determine what to do with the dead. You know, tribe needs to choose whose food or how food will be distributed among members. You know, who finds takes all. A whole bunch of sort of different little tweaks and triggers to change the way that the game is played. Honestly, I kind of dig it. I really, really kind of dig it a lot. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap things up right about now. Very, very interesting one. Again, it's also really worth highlighting the research. I'm really interested in sort of exploring much deeper into the research sort of tech tree here. I mean, honestly, I mean, poison usage, hunting tactics, you know, first word, you know, being able to increase the sort of dynamics and the sort of flexibility that you have between different tribes. I'm not quite sure. Oh, look at this. Maximum distance between the clans is increased by 1. That would be pretty darn useful. So you could have clans that are a little bit further away, as opposed to, you know, ones that just sort of need to stick relatively close to one another, so that they don't suffer any sort of penalty. You know, camping task range increased by 1. That would be hugely, hugely useful to be able to automate a whole bunch of sort of tasks from much further afield. You know, better tents, obsidian usage, making better tools, cooking tools, legends, maximum sociality increased by 10%. I mean, there is a lot of stuff here. As I said earlier, all the way up to ultimate survivors, which frankly is where any tribe or any clan really wants to get to. I mean, you know, being the ultimate survivor. That being said, I mean, on this plane, there's quite a lot of animals, and you know, there's quite a lot of nasties that really do want to cause you a pretty darned tremendous amount of harm. That being said, I do like these dinosaur creatures, even if I'm not such a huge tremendous fan of the old wolves myself. And I do like the warthogs as well. They look pretty darn cool, I must say. If indeed you're interested in historical sort of, you know, simulation management style game, takes you from, you know, all the way up into the Ice Age sort of vibe. Great management mechanics. Yeah, this might be the game for you. You can check out the video linked down in the description down below. Thank you very, very, very much to the publishers Camlan Games for sponsoring this video. I'll catch you next time, folks. Bye.